Maxi Jazz en Sister Bliss van Faithless zijn er even bij komen zitten. Welcome at Werchter Classic.
Thank you very much indeed.
And congratulations on your 20th anniversary.
I know, don't say that too often. Make me feel old.
You play 11 shows this summer and tonight will be the 4th. How is it going until now?
It's been fantastic, actually. It's been the most wonderful experience watching the audiences go crazy and giving us so much love. And it's been really funky.
Funky, okay. But you're all together, you're on tour again. Did you miss the touring?
No, I didn't, but I'm having much more fun this time.
Why?
Well, it's more fun this time. We've got new people, we have a new ethos. It just feels fresher now.
Okay. Yeah. There's a really good energy at the moment, and I think I just feel it just feels like a different thing. You know, it really does.
A lot of people, they wonder if you need a lot of rehearsals. It's a good question, no?
Yeah, I really don't like rehearsing, but it's absolutely essential.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you have to be able to go onto the stage completely comfortable with this song and not thinking, oh, when do I change to the G, or when do I go to the F sharp, or when does my vocal come in? You have to completely know it. So as much as it's hard work and a bit of a pain in the backside, rehearsal is absolutely essential.
Okay, so even the biggest artists on earth, they need rehearsal.
Oh.
It's like muscle memory, you know? It comes back eventually, but also every time we've ever toured, we always change things. It's not the exact same version that you've heard a million times before. We change arrangements, sounds, and also, as I say, we have new musicians and a new singer in the band as well, who's fantastic. And
it's exciting.
Bringing in, new elements, so of course you want to rehearse them and not scare the shit out of everybody. Here's 60,000 people at Werchter and we didn't rehearse. It wouldn't be a good look, trust me.
But what are the merits of a tour break? Are there merits?
Absolutely, there's a life to be had, you know. We never stop making music. Maxi's made a whole new album with his own band, the Maxi Jazz and the E-Types, and they played Werchter last week, so he's doing a double lot. I've had a record label for the last 4 years, and I'm putting my own music out and trying to support new artists coming through. So we never stopped from the day that we decided that Faithless was time to say goodbye. Yeah. We still love music. We can't stop creating. It's what's in our heart and in our lives.
Do you have the feeling that you have even more to say now on stage with Faithless?
In terms of the state of the world,
sadly, yes.
It's just basically trying to say the same thing over and over and over and over again. Try and get it into people's heads that, don't believe everything you're told, no. But of course believe everything that you feel.
Okay. But you know that Werchter Classic is the classic version of Rock Werchter. Last week you played here, but that means that Faithless is a classic in the music industry.
In Belgium, definitely. We've always had a really special relationship with the Belgians, with our Belgian fans. It's a really special thing. Actually, I think here and Holland are two places where there's a proper connection between band and audience. I mean, a real proper connection. Every time we've played in Werchter, it's been emotional.
Yeah.
Rather than just great and brilliant and incredible like most gigs, but also emotional. Really emotional.
But even last week when Maxi played with a new band that nobody's heard the material, you couldn't believe it. You said it was just amazing. You know, there's an openness, and people, they have so much sort of love in their hearts for Maxi and for obviously what Faithless have come and played many shows, but to also enjoy something they'd never heard before and give it that spirit. It's just amazing, isn't it? It makes you feel like you can do anything. We can fly.
A lot of love. But you're a respected DJ and you discover a lot of new music. Is there something you want to share with us?
Well, I'm trying to put some of it out on my label Junk Dog. I'm trying, but there's a lot of music coming out at the moment. It's one of the most crazy times, I think, in the history of music ever, because the technology is so much cheaper now, sort of democratized the making of music, which means there's a tsunami of music, new music every minute coming through. So, even as a DJ, it's hard for me to listen to everything, and I hear some really great stuff out there, and if I can give people a little help to have a platform to put it out into the world and get a bit more recognition, maybe, it's a good thing. It inspires me to keep listening to new music. It's what excites me, as well as playing the old music, as well. I want to support young people coming up. I'm a mum now. I had to do mum things. as well as rock and roll.
And the rock and roll goes together with the normal lives you have?
Define normal.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. You still write music every day?
For me, getting up in the morning and not really knowing what to do, and then picking up one of my guitars and messing around for a bit, and then calling one of my mates and getting him to bring his guitar over, and that's normal.
Yeah.
For us, and you know, staying up till God knows when, and going on stage at 2 o'clock in the morning in the freezing cold. This is just all normal, you know.
Yeah.
So.
If a little chilly.
But Max, you said that the thing you do with Faithless is keep people dancing and thinking. Why is that?
Well, without going too deeply into it, it is for me obviously a complete lack of thought that allows all kinds of destruction and war and bad thinking to carry on. You know, if you are a thinker, if you think things through, then a lot of what you're being told via the internet, via the TV, you will understand for yourself is a complete pile of bullshit. Do not put any faith in it whatsoever. Look for what's in your heart and express that, whether that's whatever that is through, whether that's religion, whether that's music, whatever the hell it is. Do your own thing. Do not be swayed, it seems to me. So yes, as far as I'm concerned, that message is as powerful as ever, and it needs to get out there, especially to the young people. Think for yourselves.
And do you think a lot of new electronic acts aim to do that? Like,
You know about the new
No, I wouldn't necessarily say so. There are more political bands now. There's a few punk bands that are definitely railing against the established way of thinking, if you like. But I still think dance music has been very much about having a good time and escapism, perhaps. But for me, music has to be nourishing. And maybe that's why people have taken Faithless to their hearts, because it can move your feet and your heart and make you think and touch a chord in what it is to be human. And you know, people, honestly, it's just kind of crazy. Even this year, people have gone on Facebook with how they feel about Faithless and how Maxie's lyrics have touched them, you know, in a really powerful way. So there seems to be no shortage of people that seem to keep needing that message. And it's fine that the context is dance music. It can be punk music, it can be rock music, it can be Bob Dylan. But there are people out there with a message to make life a better place for everybody, and I love to think that we can be included in that canon, if you like.
do you remember yourself as a teenager, your first festival?
I don't remember my first, but I remember several. There were some really nice festivals in the UK at the time. One was the Crystal Palace Bowl, also Nebworth. The Nebworth was beautiful because it was a massive, great big amphitheatre that led down this hill to a lake, and then after the lake was the stage. And yeah, festivals were great then, and you used to spend the night, you'd take your sleeping bag, and you wouldn't bother with a tent. I seem to remember that.
Are you roughing it?
No, I seem to remember that summers were much better when I was a young man.
Did you ever camp on a festival?
Always, yeah. Last year I took my son to Camp Festival in the UK, and we were in the tent, we were raving it up. It was fantastic.
That's great. Would you still do that, camp on a festival?
Not in beds now, though. Didn't sleep much, I have
I'm
to
not
say.
so sure that would be the case now. We'll see.
Okay. But almost all of your songs are like classic anthems. Now, after 20 years, it's time to reveal the secret. What is the secret to a classic anthem?
I have no idea. I don't think you can set out in a kind of contrived way. I guess on one hand, the message has to be universal. On the other hand, the music has to have something that hooks into your ear, but there's no predicting it.
So my view is that Sister Bliss has created so many classic anthems because she's completely herself when she's making music. She's not necessarily trying, even if you're influenced or you have a certain influence for a certain riff, whatever's coming out of her fingers is exactly what she's feeling at the time. It's not cerebral at all. It's all from here. And that's what people connect with, in my view.
The two Kind, babe. I think I'm just limited by my technical ability, and what comes out is basically the rudiments of what I can play. After that, everything's a bonus.
But it sticks to people's heads, so.
Yeah, that's what you want.
What is still on the bucket list of Faithless?
I've never played Iceland. On my bucket list would be going to Iceland one time, I think.
Surviving the tour, that'll work for me.
I wish you good luck with surviving the tour, and I wish you an excellent show tonight.
Thank you very much indeed. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.